Hi everyone. So I'm currently in Kigali and currently on vacation in Kigali, and I went to the Kivu Lake, a really amazing spot you should check out if you are in Kigali. And I went to Kivu Lake and we took a boat trip to the Napoleon Hill. And I just want to share some of the moral lessons I learned while climbing this hill. So guys, climbing this hill was something. So the reason why it's called Napoleon Hill is because it is shaped like Napoleon's heart. That was what the tourist guy told me, right? And climbing the hill, going on that hike was a very adventurous experience for me. I'm just going to be sharing what I learned on this experience. Now, looking at the hill from afar, it looked wow, it looks so pretty and it looks so beautiful. Like, okay, let's do this. I was excited. The beautiful view from the river, beautiful, amazing. But then we started to climb this hill, and when we started to climb, it was a lot. There were poop, cow dung, poop on the road. We had all sorts everywhere, and I just felt like it was a lot. Then after we got over, there were three stages. The first stage was the dark shade. I'm going to call it the dark shade. So in this stage, there's so many bushes. The bushes were taller than us. We did not see where we were going to. We did not see where we were going to. We were just walking. We were just going on the street, right? And there was so much cow dung. We had to escape from bats. Literally, and it was just a lot. But we kept on going and progressing. Then we got to the rocky part. This part was where we were out of the shades. We were now we could see some view, but we're still not at the top. And this part was rocky. I had to face my fears of heights, guys. Like, I used to think I decided that I was not going to look back because that part was really rocky. This is the part where you could fall and mess things up. Well, I was scared of heights, so I was just kept going. And of course, the last part was the mountain, the top itself. So what are the things I learned from this experience? So the first thing I learned from this experience was that, in linking this to purpose and linking this to doing all that you were made to do, from afar it looks, when people see your life from afar, you just see the beauty. They don't know the process behind it, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. People don't know the process behind doing what you have been made to do. Climbing, hiking was a lot. When we were coming, we saw some people on the top and we're just like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. They looked really nice until we started to walk the same path. So that was one of the first things that struck my heart, that people don't know the process you are going to. People don't know. It's good to just look at it from the outside view, but there is a story behind, there is work behind, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing that I noticed that I want to share is that there's always a path. No, there's always a path to follow. Don't leave the path. There's always a path. I believe that there's nothing you are doing that you are the first to start. There are patterns you can always follow. There are people that you can always learn from. So don't try to do it on your own. When we were hiking, several people have hiked on this mountain, so it was easy for us to heal. It was easy, so we were safe as long as we were on the path. We were safe as long as we were on the path that we were going to. So that's something that you also need to look at. There's always a path. Follow the path. It's easier. You will save yourself. How can you apply this to your life? Are there issues? Are there areas in your life that you want to start something new? There are mentors you can look up to direct and lead you. Follow the path. The third thing that I learned, and this was at the rock stage, when we left the shrubs and the trees and we were literally climbing on stones, on rocks, we were climbing. And that is that the first thing is, when you're out of the shrubs and the bushes and you're now literally climbing, there's a sense of, oh, I've arrived. At some point we wanted to stop at the neck of the hill, because there was a great view, so we wanted to stop there, but we decided that, let's go further. So, and that's something I learned, that there's a way you can just be so comfortable with where you are, and you can get comfortable, but we must learn to push past this and go higher. There's a great view at the neck. It was great view. I'm going to share some of the pictures right now. But there's great view, but we can push harder and go higher. And why should we do this? Because there's even a greater view from the top of the mountain, I promise you. Right? That was one thing I learned. Second thing I learned is that when you move to the rocky part, that is where there's excitement, there's some sense of fulfillment. There's some sense of fulfillment that, okay, I am making progress. So yes, when we pass the shrubs, we go to the rocky part, and of course the rocky part is usually the hardest, because there is a question of why should I get to the top? I've already tried. Why should I get to the top? I've done enough already. But we must learn to push past this and realize that The reason why I set on this hill was not to stop at the neck. The reason I set for this journey or this hike was to get to the top. The third thing I'll say is that the feeling of being at the top is beautiful. Although I was petrified because when I got to the top there was flies. But there were insects and I was like, what am I doing here? But the feeling of getting at the top is just beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it just made all the sense. When I did this hike, I relate this hike to my experience as a person, in purpose, in journey, in sojourning this life. And it's that nobody knows your story the way you do. And it's good to just see it from afar and just be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, until you walk the path. Until you walk the path, it's easy to just for it to be all beautiful until you walk the path. So learn to walk the path, right? Number 2 is that, there's something I forgot to say, and this one is just extra bonus, is that it's sweeter when you do life with people with you. Don't walk alone. I know they say it's lonely at the top, but I promise you, there are people that are also going on the same journey that you're going. They will support you, they will help you. One of my friends while hiking, she was tired. She was genuinely tired, but because she had support, she was able to pull through the fatigue and move. So I think this is something we should also learn. On my way down, I fell. Literally, someone held my hand. One of my friends held my hand. I'm going to show you a little snippet of that video. Someone held my hand and held me through while I was coming down. And last thing I would say is that the road to the top is harder than coming down. It's easy to come down. Not like it's easy, but we didn't have to go to as much, motivation that we went through going up, coming down. So yeah, I really hope that you learned something from this video. And if you love this video, if you watched it, and thank you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much.